Naukri पे apply करते करते थक गए. Look, if you're hitting refresh on your inbox just hoping for an interview call that literally never comes, you're definitely not alone. Whether you're a final year student terrified about placement season, an intern sweating over whether that PPO is actually coming, or an IT professional stuck at a stagnant 4 to 6 LPA package, you need to hear this. In this explainer, we are breaking down the exact strategy the top 1% of candidates are using to completely bypass the broken job application queue. We're talking about a highly specific Claude AI workflow that gets Indian freshers and professionals shortlisted in 48 hours. No generic fluff here. I'm going to show you the exact mechanics.
Okay, let's look at the sheer scale of this. Right now, there are over 50 lakh, that is 50 million job seekers on Naukri. And you know what the terrifying part is? Almost all of them are doing the exact same thing. They're uploading the exact same generic resume, hitting apply on the exact same job postings, and then just waiting in the exact same crushing silence. You spend 4 years grinding for a degree, weeks agonizing over your resume formatting, and then you just throw it into a black hole.
And here is the brutal reality that no one in your college placement cell is telling you. You aren't being rejected because you lack the skills. You're being rejected because a software algorithm decided your resume wasn't even worth showing to a human being. A system literally filtered you out in 0.3 seconds. Before a recruiter even saw your name, boom, you were in the digital trash can.
Section 1. Why your application fails.
Imagine a tech company in Bengaluru posts an entry-level software role. Within 48 hours, they get 8,000 applications. The HR team has the bandwidth to manually review maybe 50 of them. So what happens to the other 7,950 candidates? They go through the meat grinder. First, your resume hits the applicant tracking software, the ATS. It scans for specific keywords and formatting. If it doesn't instantly match the exact structure the system expects, you're out. But it gets worse. If you're applying on Naukri, there's a hidden algorithm. Naukri is a business, right? So their search algorithm actually prioritizes paid profile boosts. If you're using a free profile, the algorithm actively hides you lower down the search pages unless your keyword density is absolutely perfectly optimized. Miss a few specific skill tags, you're completely invisible.
Section 2. Beating the ATS filter.
So how do the top candidates at companies like TCS, Infosys, and Zomato fix this? Well, they stopped fighting the algorithm, and they started using Claude to beat it. This prompt right here is the ultimate cheat code. Instead of guessing what the ATS wants, you feed your resume into Claude and give it this exact command. You literally tell it to act as a senior ATS expert and a recruiter for Indian IT companies and mid-market startups. You command it to identify every single weakness, reducing your shortlisting rate. And crucially, you force it to rewrite every weak bullet point with a before and after comparison. Look at the difference here. On the left, we have what 90% of Tier 2 and Tier 3 college students write: worked on Python projects. The ATS sees that and gives it a 0 score for impact. But on the right, Claude transforms it to developed Python automation scripts that reduced manual reporting time by 40%, deployed across 3 business units. It is the exact same experience, but it sends an entirely different signal. Recruiters and algorithms do not hire vague activities, they hire concrete outcomes.
Section 3. Hacking Naukri and LinkedIn.
Now that your defensive game is fixed and your resume can pass the ATS, it's time to go on the offensive. We are going to hack the search algorithms of Naukri and LinkedIn so the recruiters come to you. You've got to stop treating Naukri like a bulletin board where you just pin your resume and pray. It's a search engine. When a recruiter types Java developer fresher, Bangalore, you want to be on page 1, not page 47. You take your current summary, paste it into Claude along with this prompt, and ask it to maximize your keyword density without sounding like a robot. You also ask it for the top 20 skill tags for your specific target role. This instantly optimizes your organic rank, overriding the massive disadvantage of an unpaid profile.
And we do the exact same thing for LinkedIn. You tell Claude to optimize your headline for maximum recruiter visibility in the Indian IT market. Ask for 3 headline options ranked by likely recruiter click-through rate. The difference between the generic headline like student at XYZ college and a targeted, keyword-rich headline is literally the difference between getting 2 profile views a week and 20 profile views a day. Visibility creates opportunity.
Section 4. Targeting the right jobs.
This workflow fixes the biggest behavioral mistake Indian candidates make, applying emotionally in a total panic to big brand names. You see a brand, you hit easy apply, and you get rejected. We're replacing that with a cold, data-driven approach. Whether you're trying to jump from a service company to a product company, or you're an intern desperately trying to secure that PPO, here is the workflow. Stop spamming applications. Collect 10 job descriptions from Naukri or LinkedIn, paste all 10 into Claude along with your newly optimized profile, then ask Claude to rank these 10 jobs from highest to lowest probability of shortlisting based on your actual skills. You are forcing the system to tell you where you genuinely fit. It tells you which 3 to apply for today and which ones you have zero chance of getting. Stop wasting hours on low-probability applications. This workflow will literally double your interview conversion rate.
Now, when you do apply, you use Claude to write your cover letter, but absolutely not the way everyone else does. If a recruiter at a high-growth startup like PhonePe or Meesho reads a cover letter that sounds like a generic template, they bin it instantly. Use this prompt instead. Demand a cover letter under 200 words. Make it confident, specific, human. No, I am writing to express my interest nonsense. In under 60 seconds, you generate a hyper-personalized, punchy introduction that makes it impossible for them to ignore you.
Section 5. The AI Mock Interview Coach.
Okay, so you beat the ATS, you optimized your search rank, and you targeted the right jobs. Now you have the interview. This next strategy is the absolute climax of this playbook. It is the most valuable secret you'll learn today, and I promise you, it's far better than 3 weeks of staring at a mirror or paying thousands of rupees to some placement consultant. We're going to turn Claude into a brutal, 24/7 personalized mock interview coach. It's a simple 2-step system. Step A, you give Claude the specific job description and your profile, and ask it to generate the 30 most likely technical and HR questions, specifically targeting the weaknesses in your resume. Step B, tell Claude to conduct a mock interview with you, asking 1 question at a time. After you type your answer, it scores you out of 10, critiques your delivery, and provides the perfect model answer.
The crucial difference here is the feedback loop. Generic prep relies on standard internet lists, self-judged feedback, and complete guesswork. But this coach, it gives you JD-specific questions, objective scoring, and instantly generates the model answer. Look, if you're a final year student at a Tier 2 or Tier 3 college, you're probably terrified of competing against IIT or NIT students with better brand names. This level of extreme personalization equalizes the playing field entirely. You'll walk into that interview with the absolute confidence of someone who has already answered their hardest questions a dozen times.
Let me leave you with a final reality check. Today, across the industry, 66% of recruiters are already using AI to screen and evaluate candidates.
You are already being evaluated by artificial intelligence. The only question is, are you using it back? The candidate who gets the high-paying job, the one who escapes the 4LPA trap, isn't always the most qualified engineer. It is the candidate whose profile and preparation are most optimized for the systems gatekeeping the hiring process. If you want to stop getting rejected by robots and start getting shortlisted by humans, you need to take action today. Listen up. For the students, you have maybe 6 months before placement season. Students who start this now will enter interviews with 3 months of practice behind them. The ones who wait will be competing against them. Visit AISkillAce.com. For the interns, if your PPO doesn't come through, you need to be ready in 2 weeks, not 2 months. WhatsApp me directly at 735-3626135. And for the professionals, you already have the experience. You're just missing the AI layer that makes your profile impossible to ignore. One session changes that at AISkillAce.com. For everyone right now, subscribe and comment prompt below. I'll send you the exact Claude prompt from today's explainer. It's your shortcut out of the application loop.
You came here for a solution, and you just got the blueprint. But getting the job is only half the battle. If algorithms are optimizing how companies hire you, shouldn't you use them to optimize how they pay you? Join me next week for our next explainer, where we'll dive into how to use Claude to negotiate a 30% salary hike. I promise you, that one is going to make your manager very uncomfortable. See you then.